Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to...
All right, sir. Why do we have more poor people than rich people in Nigeria and all over the world?
Well, the United Nations has defined poverty as living below $2 a day, and extreme poverty as living below $1 a day. And right now in our world, about 73% of the world's population is poor. So it's not only in Nigeria, all over the world, 73%. So in Nigeria, 75% of Nigerians are poor. 75% of Nigerians are also below the age of 35. So we're a young nation. The same thing, Africa right now is about 1.3 billion people, and 75% of the African population is poor. And now one of the things we need to understand, I have 2 masters and 2 PhD. I completed my second PhD year 2020, about 4 years ago. And when I did my dissertation on the role of personal development and political leadership. The role of personal and political leadership in the economic empowerment of individuals. The role of personal leadership and political leadership in the economic empowerment of individuals. And that's what I did my dissertation on for my second PhD. And some of the things I was sharing is answering this question you're talking about. Many times people don't take responsibility for their life. So a lot of people are not ready to do what they are supposed to do. So there is a role of personal leadership and there's a role of political leadership in the economic empowerment of individuals. And when I did that dissertation in my second PhD in 2020, when I was defending the dissertation to get my second PhD, 2 of the professors were like, they have never seen it in this dimension before. Because I was helping people to understand that, look, many times we are blaming people because all over the world, if you study well, universally, excuses are the trademarks of failures. When people succeed, they take responsibility, they take the glory. When they fail, they blame somebody else. When the student passes, you say, I passed my exam. When they fail, they say, the lecturer failed me. They failed me, they gave me D, they gave me F, as if you are not the one that sat for the exam. So, number one thing is that people need to take personal leadership. You need to take responsibility for your life. Stop blaming somebody. Because you need to understand that it is not what happens to you, it is what happens in you. You cannot determine what life brings to you, but you can determine how you respond. So a lot of people are not ready to take responsibility. My brother, I've been a pastor. By October now, I will celebrate 35 years in ministry. I've been pastoring the same church for 29 years. There are still poor people in my church, and I'm a finance guru. I have raised people that have become billionaires in this country in 3 years, 5 years. I've raised hundreds and thousands of people that have become multi-millionaires. But I still have poor people in my church. Why? Because it's a mindset. There are 5 levels of poverty. Poverty is a spirit. Poverty is a mindset. Poverty is a habit. Poverty is a lifestyle. Poverty is a state. Now, when you talk about the spirit of poverty, so when you see, I've told you over and over again, I hate religion. Because religion is more dangerous than the devil. Because religion will mess you up. Religion has caused more trouble than the devil himself. Christianity is not a religion. It's a relationship with your creator. And when you practice Christianity as a religion, you're going to get into trouble. So many times, people don't understand that our problem is that personal decision, personal responsibility. That is first. You can blame everybody, but you have a responsibility. So many times, when a man comes in contact with church or religion, and they want to help him, they will say, let us pray. And then they come against the spirit of poverty. I come against the spirit of poverty. Okay, after coming against the spirit, listen, devil is not omnipresent. The spirit of poverty is not omnipresent. Ignorance is not a demon. You can't cast it out. So you can pray from today to tomorrow. You can never cast out ignorance. The only solution to ignorance is knowledge. So if you have fasted and prayed and you are not ready to read a book, you are not ready to get knowledge, you will remain poor forever. Your fasting and prayer will be useless. Because you cannot pray your way out of a problem you behave your way into. So we just keep fooling ourselves. So after you have dealt with the demon and everything of your fathers, after there is still a mindset, that is the software. It's just like the colonial masters gave us independence. It's called dependent independence. And what did they do? They put things in place that will keep you dependent on them, and they'll do what you call the recolonization of the third world. So they are recolonizing us because they put things in place that are the software that will make us to continue to depend on them. That's where the spirit of poverty works. The spirit of poverty is not omnipresent. It will just install a mindset in you. And that mindset will become the software that will lead you to be doing what we call poverty attracting habits, that will lead to poverty enforcing lifestyle, that will lead you to a state of poverty. So that is one part. Then the political aspect. I hope you know that when you are born in this world, you are not considered born until you get a birth certificate. So until politicians say you are born, you are not born. Now, when you get married, you collect marriage certificate. So until the politicians give you wedding certificate and license that you are married, you are not married. Even when you die, until the politicians give you death certificate, you are not dead. So you find out from the cradle to the grave, politics affect your life. So politics determines which hospital you will be born, determines maternal and mortality, and you find out that from that point, politics begin to affect you. If you are not born in the right hospital, born in the right atmosphere, you might be born with deficiency, then politics determines the price of food. Before you know it, malnourishment. Politics affects the economic and the educational policy. It determines whether you go to school or not. It determines, so before you know it, you will end up growing up, not being able to maximize your possibilities. Why? Because the political power has their own part to play. And those are all the things I dealt with when I was doing that PhD. So people are poor for many reasons. And it's not something we can deal with here, but they're all in the book. These are things I've dealt with. They are things I've documented that people can now go and begin to look into. Okay, because I have what I call the 7 doorways into poverty. And those 7 doorways are the 7 universal doorways into poverty. Number 1 is ignorance. People don't, what you don't know will kill you. People don't know what they have. They don't know what they can do. They don't know what they should avoid. They don't know what they should do to create wealth. Ignorance. And ignorance is not a demon. I can't lay hands on you now to become a pilot. I can't. I cannot anoint you to become a medical doctor. But people go to church now, they are looking for anointing for prosperity. So somebody will anoint you and you prosper. Are we saying that the supernatural does not work? No. The supernatural works. So if they anoint you to get money, that does not mean you are rich. It doesn't mean you are prosperous. Because if they anoint you and the supernatural prophetic power of God goes to work and money flows into your hand, your ignorance and your financial irresponsibility will mess it up. You will go back to poverty. And that is what we need to begin to do. Because if you jump up, you will come down. If you grow up, you will stay up. So ignorance is a major doorway into poverty. Another major doorway into poverty is laziness. Many people don't know that people are lazy. I'm telling you, people are lazy. Mentally lazy, physically lazy. I'm telling you, a lot of Nigerians, by the time they now go abroad, do you know that many of the people that you employ, they are not doing anything? They are not doing anything. I've been an advocate for over 20 years now that we should start paying people per hour. Any nation that is doing well, they pay people per hour. All this monthly salary is a useless strategy that is raising lazy and useless workforce. Start paying people per hour. People will wake up. You don't need to go to work every day. When they look, I'm into construction. If you tell maybe they want to clear the bush or they want to do, okay, let me use clearing of the bush. And these are things we do every day. We still did something in Abuja 2 weeks ago. When you want to clear, maybe you want to clear a place now, they will tell you, okay, it's skinny cup a day, and we'll bring payloader. The payloader will drop the machine. It's skinny cup a day. When you are talking like that, they will be there, they will do 2 hours, 3 hours, they will sleep, they will. But I don't do that. I say, no problem. This is 10 acres. How much will it cost you? It's a contract. It's not a day job. How much will it cost you to finish everything? You'll be shocked that the person that tells you this will take 11 days. When you make it a contract and tell him this is the bulk money, in 2 days, we'll finish the job. You will finish the job. So many of our people now, when they resume work, they will read newspaper, they will gist about what happened at the bus stop, they will take tea and coffee, then they will settle down. Then after a while, they will start being on social media. Before you know it, they will go on break. They don't bond the women, they try them for abroad. Once you enter, you drop phone, even your wife cannot reach you. You will walk hours standing on your feet. So when they now go abroad and say, things are tough here, that's when they now make the money. They now know that they labor for the money. It's now difficult for them to release the money because they know how they suffer. But Nigerian people are just, do you know how many people are working that are not working? We are paying a lot of people that are physical ghosts. There are ghost workers that are not there. There are ghost workers that are there. Activity without productivity. If we start paying per hour, a lot of things will change in this country. Many people have left offices yesterday, now they will resume on Monday. Somebody else will sign for them because many things are still analog. When you automate a lot of things and bring technology, you will eliminate a lot of inefficiencies, and many of these things will change.